So I'm at one of these water temples in Bali, just outside of Ubud, and it's got me thinking about the idea of protecting the source. So in your business, you're the source, right? As the founder, if you're leading a team, you're the source. If you're a parent, often you're the source. And what I mean by that is you need to start by protecting your own energy, your vision, etc., before moving to anything else. So in this temple, apparently the stream has been flowing for over 1,000 years. And that is obviously the source of the purification that people go through. So I'm just going to flick the camera around here. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you're watching it later on Instagram or on Substack, you will get an idea of what I am talking about. So the second piece of this around protecting the source is starting with intention. So instead of just rushing through things, you can see that every single person, when they go through each of these purification fountains, essentially, which come from the source of water that has been protected and stewarded, they take their time. So we all took our time as we went through this piece. We went through a bit of a ritual. We went through 8 different fountains in the physical one. We went through a fountain for luck, a fountain for nightmares. And this is all part of this ritual, part of this tradition. But it starts with this intention. It starts with thinking about what we want to achieve rather than rushing. So often, and I do this, I'm a real doer, but so often we want to execute, we want to do things, we want to move to the next thing. What this temple and some of these things start with is the intention, the prayer, the thought of what you want to achieve. And in your business or leadership, this is your vision. So it's so important. And then the final piece is the idea of leaders as stewards. So as a business owner, as a leader, whatever you're leading in, you want to be a steward for your legacy, for your community, for your business. You want to grow something that ideally is going to outlive you, or even an idea that would outlive you, whether it is through your kids, whether it's through, what you give to others. This is the legacy piece that I talk about. And at this temple, elders, local community, Hindu priests, etc., have all been stewards of this place for hundreds and thousands of years. And it's so important to keep these traditions alive, but thinking about how you can become a steward for your business, for your leadership. Something that I did in my business a few months ago was I wrote a 100-year vision. And I've done a podcast on that before, because it makes us think about something that is actually outside of ourselves and gives us a sense of meaning and fulfillment. So that is my little Bali lesson for today, and I'll see you tomorrow for more from Endures.